Ah! This next one actually is... Sorry, what are we doing? Well, we're at a little segment that's just a kind of a dive behind the tracks on the What Goes Around EP. And so this is the 4th track on the album. If you haven't heard the first 3, I suggest that maybe you go check them out. And you don't necessarily even have to do it in order. If you want to watch this one first and then go to them, you know, they'll be suggested at the end of the video. There'll also be a thing that'll pop up on this side. I don't know where it's going to pop up. And you can go check out the ones that you missed. This one is called Stay With Me. Such a simple song. I probably will explain more about the production of the beat than I will the lyrics, because it's so simple. But let's just dive in. The scream was the sound that Bobby put in. Bobby is the guy who's been collaborating this whole album. God, that was such a good... I love that scream. I was mad I didn't come up with it. You know what I mean? It's one of those types of things. Stay with me. Stay with me. Your presence is all that I want. That's what it is. It's just a cry for God to stay with me. You know, in the midst of, you know, wrongdoings, in the midst of feeling like I'm falling short, in the midst of feeling not good enough. I just want your presence. I just want the comfort of your presence and to know that you will stay with me. So that's what this song is, just a cry for that. So I did kind of a new technique where I wrote a pretty complex jazzy harmony. I don't do jazz very often, but I made those harmonies that are just chords. And I actually sang all of them. I sang 4 parts on these 6 or 7 harmony notes. And I pitched the octaves, I vocoded all of the notes in order to make this wall of... So, and this is the fun part to me. I'm gonna explain why that's fun. I'll be right back. Okay, of course I couldn't have everything ready to go. That's just, I never am like that. Nothing's ever ready to go. This is way out of tune, I know. So this is how the song came to be. I went to Heston College a while ago. While there, I hadn't really dove into production, but I would just write songs on my guitar. Because it was fun to just be like, this is something that I made. I had no intention of writing lyrics over it, ever. And so this is before I even knew that I wanted to make my own music. I was making my own music. So this is a little guitar thing that I came up with. It goes like this. See what I mean? Okay, so I made that. And I was at the studio, I was like, you know, I'd like to come up with something. Where do I start? And I thought, dude, I wrote that thing forever ago. And I just kind of just play it around with it all the time. Because it's cool chords, you know what I mean? They're cool. And so I was like, well, let me try something with it. So I set down a microphone in the studio. I recorded this. And then I realized you can pick it several different ways, but play the same chords. So that's what I did. I probably layered 6 to 10 guitars on top of each other to make a chorus of guitars. Some of them play the same thing. Some of them play the same chords, but different pickings of those chords. And then I just spread them out left and right stereo. And that's what I had. I had this guitar thing. And I thought, you know, this is cool. Let me keep going. And as I kept producing, it actually kind of backtracked into this kind of abstract thing that you hear at the beginning of the, or what is the meat of the track, the bow. Like that's what got produced because of this guitar part. And the guitar part no longer really fit. But I loved it so much that I was like, let me fade that in right at the end. Just because I like it. You know what I mean? It's just funny sometimes that like where you sometimes could never tell where a track, like the birth, the genesis of a track happens. So I think it's always fun to know. That's where this genesis was. Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Check out the What Goes Around EP. You can find it wherever you listen to music. It's out all over those places. I would love it if you have questions about the songs, about the beats, about the music, to drop a comment. Yeah, let's talk about it. A little Q&A. Even if you don't have a question, you're just like, dope album, or like, album kind of sucked. I'd like to know that too. I should have been talking about the Patreon this whole time, huh? Patreon members got this way early, like a month early, and they get behind the scenes stuff. And they help these things be reality. Okay, that's enough. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. We got one more in the series. It's coming up soon, or it may already be out. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye.